Welcome back to the podcast. It's your boy K Sloan, boy Jay Jones, man. Another one, brother. Another one. And we got two. Very. Say what?
It's been a lot.
It's been a lot. It's been what is it, like number 18, by 19, 18, 19. So we've been rolling, man. We've been rolling. So you know what I'm saying? We got some two good quality individuals joining in. One I went to college with, and his cousin who's doing a lot of big things. And they're going to come and share some light. So I'll let Jerell go first, and then we'll go over to Trail. Y'all introduce yourselves to the people, which I want to know.
Hey, I'm Jeremy Harris. We got some things in the work as well, with shoes and stuff. You can see all that in the background. Also, some other things I'll let my cousin share with y'all. But I'm just here, give my opinion, have a conversation with some great guys, and, let's just see where it goes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Trail, go ahead.
On my end, I'm Montrell Harris. I'm here, born and raised, Fort Worth, Texas. Graduated Dunbar. Got my bachelor's, Texas Tech. Decided to come back home, lay down my grounds in the root of Fort Worth. At the end of the day, I'm just somebody who basically want to be a servant to those needing service. I believe in the kids as our youth, and I want to lay down the grounds in Fort Worth and help build our youth, help them push us forward. So that's where we at with this thing.
That's huge.
Yes, sir.
And Jay Jones runs this thing. Go ahead, Jay Jones. You go ahead and
I don't run nothing.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you do, bro. You always run it.
No, man. Just kind of keep it going. I just want y'all introduce yourself, but we just wanted y'all to talk about some stuff y'all doing. Just elaborate on what y'all was saying just a minute ago. So, Jeremy, what you out there doing these days, man?
Oh man, I'm working in Abilene ISD, after we got our masters and stuff. 1 second. Let me turn down something in the background.
Good.
Jeremy, you working for AISD? I didn't know that.
Yeah, AISD, yeah.
That's
sure am.
I used to sub in that district, bro.
No, I know you did.
Yeah, bro. Them kids, man, they need you.
Exactly, and that's my position. We talk about that. I'm a positive behavior interventionist, so I'm there to help some of the kids that might need a little extra help in the classroom, and also not just in the classroom. Also give them life skills, for life in general. Period. Just stuff that they can use in the real world as well. And I know when I was in elementary, I wish I had somebody like that. Which this position is brand new. It's only been in the district for 3 years now. You know what I'm saying? So it's very fresh, but they got them at almost every elementary now, and at some of the middle schools as well. So it's a position that's picking up, and like I said, it's well needed. So
that's dope, bro. That's dope. Absolutely. And then I wanted to know a little bit about what you got going on with, your collection. I mean, we can't ignore the fact that behind Jerem, he got literally every J that Jordan ever put out. He probably got some of the Jordans that Jordan ain't even wore yet. Jordan, he don't even know he got them out yet. Let me look at it, bro. You got it behind you. You already, we got the Nikes and the
some stuff back there, man. The vintage Nike stuff, collection stuff. Just a little bit of everything, man. The Dunks, Travis
Scott. So it's that's it. A little light work.
Work. I did get rid of all of the Jordans though, but man, shoes have always been my hobby. My first job ever was at a shoe store, Finish Line in Houston. So, first thing that I bought on my own as a man, you feel like, okay, I could buy this myself. I'm working. Yeah. So, they just stuck with me forever since then, man. It's just shoes, man. I'm shoe crazy.
Real talk.
Yeah, but, I got my little thing, limited soul, and it's going, like I said, we're gonna turn to something bigger. Right now, it's just an IG thing right now, but we're gonna turn into something bigger. We also gonna be working with the nonprofit up above, and we're gonna try and make sure that some kids that need those shoes, the percentage of sales will go towards that, so we can get shoes for some of those kids that need that, and that's something that Trail also gonna probably talk about here in a little bit. But yeah, man, it's some big things in the work for that for sure.
I'm talking back. What about you, Trail? I know you working. I see you all the time working. What you doing,
hey, man? Just trying to get it. Just like you, man. I see you working. I want to commend y'all with this podcast because it's something, especially moving into this new virtual world and what we're trying to do, because this is for the people who wasn't already on it, this is what everybody's rushing to do and rushing to learn to. So I definitely commend y'all, because me, myself personally, glad, because this is a helping tool and a stepping tool from building myself and getting more on this platform, being able to talk and stuff. But as far as me, ever since I graduated ended up with my bachelor's 2016, moved back home. Since then, I've just been trying to work with the community. What I first started off doing was working. My mentor, Kevin Bergans, has his own nonprofit, Odyssey Inc. So I'm basically work with her, and we work within the Fort Worth ISD school system. We help implement the My Brother's Keeper program that was started by Magic Johnson and Barack Obama. So we implemented that within the Fort Worth ISD school district, where we went with different students throughout the school, you know, spoke with the kids and did different things. Going to different events and stuff outside the school, and all the good stuff, trying to reach out to them. Plus, also Kevin, with my mentor's nonprofit, he had a teenage fatherhood course to where we go talk to the different teenage fathers around the Fort Worth ISD also.
That's
and
big.
so oh yeah, man, and that's so for my mentor, Odyssey, that's his passion, and that's something that's big, you know, that became very dear passion to me. I don't have any kids, but you know, that's one of our biggest things that we definitely have to tackle, especially building young men, because we having a lot of young men that's becoming young men early. You know, I don't have a kid, and I'm 30, but we have kids younger, half my age with kids, so they already stepping in
14. They got multiple kids already. They don't know what to do.
Exactly, man. So that's one way to reach out to them. And as of now, I'm just, you know, working, doing my business. One of the biggest things, I'm in a leadership program. Path Forwards is with the Fort Worth Metro Black Chamber of Commerce. It's been pretty, basically a real good program. It's great networking, and we just been building a whole lot. So I definitely enjoy that program, what I've been doing now. So outside of just the program, bettering myself, the businesses and things that I've started, like we've already talked about, the Boxzilla. With Boxzilla is just a boxing community dedicated to bringing fight fans closer, you know, to their favorite fighters, and also tackling. One thing we're trying to tackle is gun violence. So since Boxzilla is basically a boxing platform, one thing is that a lot of the proceeds go to is going to go to certain nonprofits teaching kids basically gun education, you know, and everything going towards all the gun violence that's in our community. So whatever we can do, different programs and different initiatives versus linking kids up, amateur programs, linking kids up with certain boxing gyms, and just different stuff to get them off the streets, you know. And basically that's one way going to try to end gun violence, so to say. And another thing, just like Jeremy talked about, we have a nonprofit called Up Above. From working under my mentor and learning other nonprofits, I want to launch our own, taking kids on educational trips. That's just the basis of it. But of course, we thinking bigger. We're going to branch out way bigger than that. But as far as starters, we thinking about taking kids on educational trips because we think about us. We are from the inner city of Fort Worth. Well, man, where are you from exactly?
Killeen, Texas. Bro.
Hey, man, hey, we know about Killeen. you know Killeen. So we from the inner city of Fort Worth. You from Killeen, and best believe we know about Killeen. So just like with that being said, most of our kids, and I'm gonna use me for example personally, we didn't get to travel and see a lot more. You know, all we know is our own neighborhoods, our own blocks, our own cities. Dallas is 32 miles away, but people in our city would tell you that's too far, you know. So we had to get, basically us growing up, we had to get out of that mindset. And once we started traveling, seeing that the world is way bigger than our neighborhoods and our blocks, that's what helped us expand and learn that, hey, we are bigger than our neighborhoods. We can do more. And once I seen that and came back and just saw, like, man, it was trips that made me realize that, hey, I'm big. It's bigger than my neighborhood. So once I went back, I'm gonna do something bigger than what's on my neighborhood. So, and that's what we
let me butt in there, Trill. Just like we both went to OPSU together. Kerry worked at OPSU at one point.
I was coaching up there.
See, that was part of us opening our eyes. You know, even though it was OPSU, Panhandle of Oklahoma, but it was something different than what we knew. You know what I'm saying? Before then, you know what I'm saying? And then from there, we started going to visit Lubbock, going to Texas Tech, going out there, seeing different things. And we started just traveling other places, New Mexico. We started going everywhere. And that was the first time we did any of that kind of stuff through our college experience, you know. But everybody don't get the college experience, but they need to know that you can still do that. You don't have to go to college to travel, you know.
Right.
Right. No, that's big. That's big.
That's what's up.
Hey, J. Jones, go ahead and answer real quick. Go ahead and answer, bro.
Ask them about their confidence or something.
Yeah,
man. Kerry was talking about how confident Jerell was. I was saying how confident Jerell was. I was telling Kerry about Jerell when we was in high school, when he went to Dunbar, and Big Bad Everman back in the day. Jerell was like, "Yo, we about to knock y'all boys off." And we was just like, "Jerell, bro, you know what's Jerell like?" Confident, y'all both confident dudes, man. Where y'all get y'all confidence from? Like, is it family? What is it, man? Just tell me about that.
You want to answer it, Trey? You want me to start
it? You said, I'm gonna start off. You said the word, man. The big F, man. Family.
Yep.
So I mean, it's our last name. At the end of the day, that's one thing that we breed confidence. The biggest thing is tough love. You have to have tough love and tough skin. So dealing with that and just the way that we treat each other and around each other, it's like we build confidence within each other. It's like the certain stuff that we have to build on or different way we move. It's like we gonna check each other about it. We gonna say something to each other about it. And even when it's things about being down, when it's things, negative thoughts, we're gonna always put that positive reinforcement and always let each other know we do. Especially, it was a transition. I mean, we're pretty much all the same age. Some reason it was a transition with our generation as to wanting to do something more and wanting to do something different, so to say. And I can honestly say, me and Jeremy, that's what it was with us. We truly had to actually build ourselves up. Things we was doing, we had to think like, hey, man, we need to do this, this, and this. Stuff I was doing, Jeremy was saying, hey, Trey, in order for us to get where we need to go here, we have to do 1, 2, and 3, and a third. And it took a lot of confidence for one to check each other, then check ourselves and our action of what we're doing. And that just comes from our family structure and our family bond. And it's that last name, that Harris, man. So that's if you're a Harris, you confident, and that's truly what we play.
Nah, hold up, Jerell. I'm gonna cut you off because Jerell, bro. Like I remember when we used to be in the locker room, bro. And Jerell, like if Jerell felt like, okay, like, oh, I'm the fastest one, you know what I'm saying? Like Jerell be like, oh, I'm the fastest one in here, whatever. And like, bro, everybody be looking at Jerell like, bro, you ain't faster than him, Jerell. No, I'm gonna tell you, and then he'll just go in, like, just busting out all these situations where he was faster, busting out all these situations where he done truck somebody. He could truck everybody. Jerell won, what you like, 185? Jerell 185.
I'm 192, homie. Come on now.
Big dog.
Bro, Jerell could truck the whole team, bro. And it was just like it was just like anything he was doing, I always kind of sensed that from him. He was like a brother that I always knew was like, I admired the fact that he believed in what he believed in, which was himself, like first. Which that is a quality that we don't necessarily have in our community that's that, prevalent in certain areas. Now, I think in our area, and Jeremy, I'm going to let you go real quick. I think in the central type of going up to where y'all at, Fort Worth, it's like you said, Trail, it is a big push to be different. I guess just like there's a lot of people doing a lot of different things, and there's people that's really good at what they're doing, but they don't leave, though. You know what I'm saying? They just be all in that little area. So it's like, how the heck do we get up out of here? It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you be looking around like, man, he's so good at that. He good at that. He good at man, look, I'm good at this. Like, I'm going to do me. And I'm going to get up out of here. That's where my confidence personally came from. It's like, I was like, dog, I know for a fact, bro, like, I'm unique. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm never nobody's going to, like, make me feel small in no room. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm the man in every room I'm in so that I could claim my riches. You feel me? Like, no matter what. Like, I'm the man. Like, I'm going to keep telling myself that because I know I am. And like, I had to kind of come to that realization myself because I was always surrounded by, like, cats that was really, like, with it, like in all areas, like they was on top of their stuff, but they didn't really believe in themselves like me. I know I got it like that. Like you just don't really know like that, so you're not really gonna hit this level. But Jerell, go ahead, though. I'm gonna let you touch on it.
It's still run off what you just said though. Like my confidence, like so me and Trail, we the two youngest ones out of everybody else. It's me and Trail, and then everybody else is like what it's Rundy, it's I ain't gonna say all their names, but everybody else is probably like 2 or 3 grades above us. Yeah. So we were always competing anyways with them, like our older cousins, they were always putting us on game, or we watched them do something, or we know, oh, that cousin could have went and did this, but he didn't do nothing with himself. So we learned from that. And me and Trail were like, okay, hey, so-and-so could have did this, but he didn't do it. Hey, we gonna go do it, whatever, just like going out to OPSU, like I just mentioned. You've been out there, you know what it's like, but we took that chance and we did that, you know. So it's just, man, the confidence just come from, like I'm saying, that competition, you know, just learning, like, you know, learning from mistakes and just, you know, building up yourself. And if you're not confident in yourself, nobody gonna be confident in you, you know.
Right.
So that's just how it was, man, and that's how we played it.
and I loved how, and real quick, Jay Jones, I'm gonna let you touch on it. I loved how like Jern was so competitive too, bro. Like, and I know Trey, you probably competitive as well. It's like it's easy to go to battle with a teammate that you know is about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, even if it's like the odds are stacked against us. Like Trey, I guess Jay Jones said y'all got smacked that game.
Yeah.
But you did walk into that thing like I got it like that. Like we finna, you know
Trey was really tough. Trey was like, we gotta knock you. I know
Man,
y'all undefeated. We about to knock y'all
off.
But hey, that's probably translated into your successes that you've had as a man, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we learned some stuff there in sports that when we get into our lives, now we translating this stuff over, and it's like, man, you executing at a level that like other cats can't get to because they scared to take L's. Cats be so scared to take an L. It's like, bro, L ain't nothing but a lesson. Like, it's like if I lose, bro, I'm straight. Like, I'm good because I already know I'm gonna get back. Like, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's you know what I'm saying? It's inside of me. So that's why I really want to talk about that. But Jay Jones, go ahead, brother.
Oh shit! I mean, I'm confident. Like they said, it's my family. It's my family name. Coming around my older brother and his friends, I had to always compete with them. Like they said, it's like I wanted to be the best. I always wanted to be the best at whatever I did. I mean, even school. It's like if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it with all I have. So my confidence just come from. I mean, like my family did. They always looked out for me and everything, but I always wanted to be great or be good at something. Well, great. I might as well say great. So whatever I started, I never quit. You know, I always finished, and then I gave my all in it. So, I mean, I feel like my all is good enough most of the time with everything I do. So I'm usually confident in what I do. So
yeah, Jay Jones got that
quiet.
You got that quiet confidence.
Yeah, I'm quiet with it.
He quiet with it. He ain't gonna say nothing. Like Jern gonna tell you. But Jerell will be quiet with it. You know what I'm saying? Just pull up on you with 2 master's degrees. Just like
you ain't gotta tell nobody else.
Hey, man, I know you had 2. Let me find out.
What?
I didn't know you had 2. Let me find out.
Okay, I got 2.
I let the cat out the bag. My bad, bro.
I got 2. Thanks, Kerry. Yeah. But nah, I mean, I guess we already talked about the entrepreneurship versus nonprofit. We kind of sort of did, but why'd you take the like nonprofit route, Trey? Like, what made you take the nonprofit route instead of like the small business or the, you know?
Right. I mean, so I have both. You know, I mean, Boxzilla
both.
I mean, basically, the objective is enterprise. You know, every time when you first think of nonprofit, your first goal, because I'm a person who want to serve and do things for people, you think of a nonprofit. So you think of I want to basically it's for profit. It's something that I want to do with money. But at the end of the day, a nonprofit is still like a business to where you still have to make money. It's just the different things and the objectives of what you're putting the money into. So the nonprofit is something that I don't care to make $1 from. You know, the nonprofit is something that we basically getting into a situation, learning businesses, learning nonprofits, and we can help our community. I feel I've been a part of my community learning so much that I have ideas and things that if we get a network together and the whole team together, why couldn't we have our name on things to where we can have successful and sustaining nonprofit, small businesses, large businesses, corporations. So that's what we're starting with. And at the end of the day, I've always wanted to have a nonprofit because I thought of service and not making profit. But now the whole objective is also enterprise, building some nonprofit and also businesses that we can leave for the next generations to take over and build off what we started with.
Bro, it's like God brought you on the podcast, bro. Like real talk. Because me and Jay Jones was talking about it, and like, bro, it just makes so much sense what you said. Because it's like I'm at the point in my life where like I do want to think enterprise. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the idea behind me wanting a nonprofit and also trying to get the LLC to be able to have that in cohesion. You know what I'm saying? It's all one. Because I think a lot of times we separate it. Like nonprofit isn't business, but nonprofit is business. Business of what you got going. You know what I'm saying? Like your philanthropy or your evangelist type of activities you're trying to get going, show love to your community, the stuff you need to see in your community, you can do with the nonprofit. And then the for-profit, you can also help as well with that. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be separate. You can bring it together. And also, what we have been talking about, and Jerell, we talked about a little bit, bro. It's just like the process about getting into, the doing business as LLC. You know, Montrell, could you talk a little bit about like what that was like for you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the path that you took, like, you know, like you was like, okay, I want to do this. What did you have to do and how did that go?
Okay, so it's for LLC. Both of them I did together, you know. So you can get an LLC and you can file all your paperwork for nonprofits and all those things online. And it's normally cheaper to do them yourself online. However, you just have to do all the paperwork and make sure it's all right, or else they send you on the chase. You know, they'll send papers back, or you can hire other people to do it, to go ahead and do it, file the paperwork. You just give information. So it's just about searching the people or finding people legally who knows how to build nonprofits and LLCs, or getting the information from around to going online and doing it yourself. And with that, and that's where our resources comes from. My cousin that has his own business
He helps you
help my brother do his own LLC online. For me, I didn't do mine online. I contacted someone who has a nonprofit, and they were able to link me up with their legal guy that helped set up nonprofits and LLCs, and I paid and did it through that way. So those processes, like I said, you can either take the route of doing it online, your own self, which is cheaper, or you can find other businesses and companies that you can pay, and they will help file all the paperwork and things for you.
Yeah, big, because I've been thinking about different ways to go about the LLC route. The nonprofit, my dad actually has a nonprofit, and we were gonna kind of, you know, move a different direction. But the LLC part, I'm glad you said that, and I know, you know, I know the importance of us having businesses in our community, bro, because we do need stuff to pass down to our family, bro. Like our great grandkids need to be eating off of stuff we've done now. I think a lot of times we don't see that in our community because we putting all this money into, like, you know, cars and stuff that's appreciating and, you know, just things that like not gonna really, you know, after so many years, you ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what we gonna do with it? We can't even really leave your family with money, bro. You can't leave them with money. What they gonna do? Your grandkids don't know what to do with that money, bro. They gonna take that money and they gonna spend it on their new girlfriend. Like, they don't know nothing about your mission. They don't know what you was really about. You know what I'm saying? You ain't lead yo. So I love the idea, and I'm really pushing it. And right now it's hot. You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to get businesses, and I'm for it, bro. Like let's create businesses, especially Black businesses, especially because we need more. We ain't got no Black CEOs. Ain't got no Black billionaires.
No.
We don't, bro. We gotta start. We gotta all start. Let's all start one. Everybody, family, get a business, bro. Get a business.
For real.
Real talk. Let's follow. Let's go ahead and show up in the tax man office. Like, what's good? We need that.
We need that. Yeah. And then when we do that, when we all, you know, start businesses, we need to uplift each other while we're doing that. If, like Jerell said, if somebody need help, go out and help. If you know the guidelines, the rules on how to do it, you know, help the next man.
Exactly.
Especially in our communities, because that's not what we're doing. We hating on the next man when he's starting a business. So, you know the blueprint, give it out.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you know, business, nonprofits, how are we gonna do it? We're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
Next thing we're gonna talk about, this is whatever kind of topic you want. But we was talking about it, Kerry and I was talking about it earlier, like mending relationships with the police. Just not feeling uneasy when we see the police, you know. You know how, like, I mean, we all Black in America. One get behind you, you're not even doing nothing wrong, but you still, you know, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? So we're just trying to find ways to where we can just be comfortable in America, you know, like where we can, you know, see a police, probably holler at them, because, you know, all of them ain't bad. And then we got Black cops too, so, you know, we got to find ways to maybe, you know, chop it up with them. Maybe we can have community meetings or something with the cops, and I don't know, just find ways to build our relationship with the police. So what's y'all idea on that? Y'all have any ideas?
I'll speak first on that. what I'm starting to realize here lately, you know, a lot of old teammates that played with us at Hardin Simmons, some of them officers now, you know, so that make me feel a little bit more comfortable because I know they know me. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be a judgment just off of my appearance. Like, oh, that's my old teammate. He knows the kind of guy I am. He knows my character. You know, so that that make me feel better knowing that some of these guys that I did play with, oh, now they on the force. So I would think that those people could spread that kind of energy that they showed to me, you know, throughout the department, even though that's kind of, you know, it's fairy tale. Everybody don't think the same, you know, and everybody don't know me like they know me, but still they can be like, oh no, they can vouch for, I can vouch for this guy, which it shouldn't even have to be that in the first place. You know what I'm saying? But still, like, you know, just whenever you know some people like on the force, it kind of make you feel a little bit more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But all of us, I'm sure all of us we are black males. All of us have had a bad experience with an officer multiple times, I'm sure, because we have in our communities, wherever, you know, or not in our communities, in someone else's community. But I really don't know what we can do to go about making a major change, you know, but as long as we keep on having an open mind to it, like I know all of us are open-minded, and like I'm not looking at a cop any kind of way until they show me something different. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna respect you as long as you respect me. And I think that's just how it should be. It's just all based off of respect, I feel like, you know?
Right. And I kind of think about, like, you know, everybody got a job to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that as a peace officer, you have a job to do when you have the badge on. And first and foremost, you're supposed to protect your own. I know that's a part of the code with them. And I mean, I understand that. I mean, I do. But I know that for us, especially now, like I was talking to Jay Jones about this, there's a lot of fear-based content. So there's a lot of stuff we getting overstimulated with seeing cops do crazy stuff right now. And it's like, you know, a lot of violence, bro. And it's really like if you continue to look at your phone over and over and continue to see this stuff, then it kind of makes you, it's like an open scab that somebody keep ripping off. You know what I'm saying? Keep ripping it off. And I think it's all about communication, bro. I think if we start to communicate to our own people first, that, you know, like, you know, when you communicating with the cop or when you out here, you know what I'm saying, in the streets, like always be respecting yourself first and know who you are first. You know what I'm saying? Don't act out of character for nobody. You know what I'm saying? You a God when you stand in any realm because God made you. So like, don't sit there and bring yourself down like we were talking about earlier with your confidence. Don't bring yourself down to no police officer because you're afraid and then now you acting out of character because you fight or flight response. You feel me? Like It's like, to mend that relationship, we got to be able to communicate. We can't communicate if we on edge. Like straight up. Like you got to, like, am I doing anything wrong? First things first. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I doing anything wrong? Do I have a reason to feel uneasy? No. Then, all right, then this is a communication situation. If I'm with a group, then there's a leader of the group and the leader speaks. We ain't all got to speak to him. Like, there's a guy talking. Hey, look, man, if we run together, you talk, bro. Like, we all sitting here. We ain't going, you know what I'm saying? We're not going to pop nothing off. You go ahead and communicate with the peace officer. Usually somebody's more articulate. Let them talk. Get the situation kind of settled. And let's see if we can go ahead and move on about our way. But, I mean, we can't ignore the fact that, you know, what's going on is going on. We just got to bring attention to it and communicate. That's my opinion. I think that's the best route to go at this moment. But I'll let y'all add to that a little bit. You know, Trey, I probably got some ideas on it, but so I think.
Yeah. Man, when it comes, I guess, mending with the police, that's basically, it starts with how you say it's real big on communication. But the biggest thing is communication amongst each others in our community. So we all got, even like just how you say, Jay, how your friends is cops on the force, and that y'all went and played with, so y'all cool with them. You got that relationship. With the communication and stuff that we have within our community, we already know the stigma that comes with being a police officer. So we have to start changing that mindset of, for one, how we look at the police. But again, it's definitely hard changing that mindset with how we look at them, based off the times and the things that's going on, but that's why it has to be the communication with each other. So we still have to if we really want some people on that force that understands where we have coming from, I have to just like with my nephew that's around, I have to talk to him and communicate with him. Just because things is going on, I shouldn't put it in his mind that, hey, you couldn't be a good cop one day if that's something that you would possibly or positively want to do. Because we put so much communication-wise between us with a bad stigma on it, it's even hard at times for the good cops that we know to be good cops at times. But just like what you said with them, with their code, we have to hold them accountable, because if they serving the people, that code is out the window. That code is out the door. Because in all honesty, our code is to serve us. Your code isn't to serve the other officer that does something wrong. Your code is to defend and serve the people, no matter whatever the officer does. So the whole communication that we have to get between each other is different, because it's just like this. It's an unwritten rule that's their code. Right there that's the problem. Right there, communication-wise, no, it shouldn't be a rule. No, y'all shouldn't. Even though we understand that's in the world working environment, but as a whole, we have to have the mindset of that isn't the code that y'all follow by. It's serve and protect the people, because that's what it is. So it's not only serve and protect the blue lives when things happen, even though that's our support. We all support lives. We don't want any lives being hurt and being harmed, but we definitely have to start trying to figure out how to communicate and understand one another. So I say the communication with us, with each other, and that's the biggest thing. People are in our community because, quote unquote, our community and our cities are the ones with the crime rate and with things that's going on. So they're always on the edge. If we communicating amongst each other, bringing that crime rate down amongst ourselves, and things are still happening now, we can point the finger and say, oh, well, we handling our business with ourselves amongst each other. We communicating and really got a good understanding with each other. So why are y'all here harassing us, or why are y'all here doing that? So basically, biggest form is communicating within us and understanding, like I say, teaching our young cops are doing things, but at the end of the day, we need police. You know, we need a barrier right there at the end of the day. So we can't just say, we don't need any type of protection, things like that, because it will be cowboy stuff. We do know how to work.
Wild Wild West.
Without the barrier. We just have to figure out that barrier has to be for all people, including us, not just for some people at times, you know. But then, like I said, that's the communication within us that we have to teach our kids and ourselves with each other too.
Yeah, the order.
But I think, like Jeremy kind of said, like that prejudice they have against us is starting to build our prejudice against them. It's like their prejudgment. It's like when they see me, he's 6'2", 250 or whatever, they get scared off the rip. It's off the rip, they threaten. You know? If I'm walking down the street and they see me, you know, it's like, oh, hey, if he gets crazy, you know, we're probably gonna have to use, you know, force. But I mean, with that prejudice, the same thing with them. I ain't gonna lie. When I'm walking in the gas station or something and I see 4 or 5 cops, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of be like, man, I'm gonna go around the other way. I just don't even want to deal with it. So it's kind of like we both have, it's communication, but we both need to have an open mind, open up our mind to see, you know, some people, this person might not be so bad. This cop might not be, this white cop probably chilling, you know, he probably cool. If I just say what's up to him, he might just say what's up. Because I see, you know, you see the little videos with cops playing basketball with kids, throwing the football and stuff. So, I mean, it's hard because, like Kerry said, you get on social media every day.
Beat up.
It makes you kind of hate cops. You go like, dang, bro, like every time I see something, it's something against us. So, I mean, we just gotta find a way to open up our minds towards each other, and that's the only way we can kind of mend it. Communication and then opening up our minds.
And then I like what Montrell said about like about feeding within our community the good information that creates that communication between like the younger ones, like because they the ones coming up. They're gonna be the new black men, black women. You know what I'm saying? Like they need to have an understanding of, you know, how we need to operate within ourselves. We got to have an order within the community, bro. Like we don't need to have the cops coming for every little crazy little thing we got going on, because we have no order within ourselves. That's why they're coming in to enforce that. They're coming in to, you know, like, so now we've created a situation where something crazy might happen if, you know, you get a cop that has no real understanding of the community. He's from New Hampshire and now he's in Fort Worth and this is his first year on the job, and now he's scared because he see all these people that's real loud, and you know we talk loud and we act a little different in certain people in different areas. So now he don't know how to react. Now his hand on his gun. Now everybody like, whoa, like you know what I mean? Like it's a whole and we could really kill it at the root if we really work on us, man. Us. We got to work on us first, and that's why I think that Jay Jones got a topic that we're gonna segue into. I think will help talk about that a little bit.
Yeah,
that way
we can.
Yeah.
Actually, you can pull that video up if you want to.
Yeah, let me pull that up. Hold up. Man, I'm hungry, dog.
I've been eating all day, man.
I'm hungry, dog. I ate nothing today, man. It's been going.
What you been trying to? What you drinking juices and stuff? You ain't eating? What you doing?
Nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? I might be fasting a little bit, maybe. I don't know.
You don't even know what you're doing.
Unintentionally. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we're going to check out this video real quick, and we're going to see what y'all's thoughts are on this video.
No one should feel scared for their life simply because of the color of their skin. No one should question their level of equality because of the color of their skin. No one should feel like the color of their skin increases the chances that people have been put in place to protect them, maybe the very ones who end up killing them. No one should have their neck knelt on for 8 minutes and 46 seconds while unarmed and already detained by 4 officers. No one should be shot 7 times in the back, unarmed, with their kids watching in the car. No one should feel comfortable watching the videos of George Floyd and Jacob Blake. No one should feel comfortable knowing that Breonna Taylor has not received justice. No one should think that this is just going to go away on its own. We are a country of many different races, ethnicities, backgrounds, and beliefs. In order to live up to the great ideals that we claim to hold ourselves to in this country, we must recognize that change is necessary and it needs to happen now. Systemic issues need to be addressed. Legislation needs to be passed at all levels of government. We need to show each other that Black lives do matter, not just say it. We as a team are going to create real, actionable change. We hope you will too.
So I'm gonna go ahead and stop that right there.
Yeah, but that's good.
I got something to say about the video. My homie, my high school teammate, Michael Thomas was like one with the beard, number 28. He played for the Texans now. He been kneeling with Kaepernick. He played with Kaepernick in San Francisco. He kneeled in with him and Eric Reed. He did all that. You know what I'm saying? So he really like pushing for that. And I really respect that about him because he's an NFL player. You know what I'm saying? And he's speaking up. You know what I'm saying? But man, that's crazy.
But the thing with what I felt weird about is because everybody act like it's the national anthem. So it's like the people complaining about, they're like, oh, they're kneeling for the national anthem, but these players didn't even do that. They stood in the middle of the field in unity, just for equality, and they still got booed. So it's like, is it really the Black Lives Matter? Is it really the national anthem, or y'all just don't want unity in the Black community? So that's what I'm thinking. Like, it seems like every time we unify, it seems like a problem. So I think just seeing that, it shows that that wasn't the national anthem, so why they get booed? You know what I'm saying? So it seems like just like anytime we try to do something, unify, speak up for our community, say Black Lives, like even with the Black Lives Matter, like all lives matter. It's like nothing we do seems right in this society, in this American society, I should say. So what's y'all thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that is I feel like a lot of people don't understand it because it's never happened to them. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not the ones getting shot that's unarmed, you know, and they're not seeing people that look like them, you know, be discriminated against or these things happen to. So it's like, how can you have empathy for that if it's something you know nothing about? You know, I had a good friend of mine call me whenever all this started popping off, and he asked me, he was like, have you ever been like racially profiled or discriminated against? And like, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Like, yeah.
You know, he was in shock. He was in shock. He was like, really? I was like, yeah, man. I said, any black man you ask that, they're gonna tell you yeah. Any way you can think of has happened. Followed at a store, not helped at a store, pulled over, like anything, just for nothing, just because of my skin. And he was just like, you know, for somebody like him, he just didn't understand it because, you know, he wasn't raised that way. He maybe didn't, you know, see that kind of stuff. So if you don't see it, you don't believe that happens. You know what I'm saying? But it took him to hear from me, somebody that was in this wedding, you know, after all these years, after we stopped playing together, to finally realize like, oh, this is a real issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, like I can't believe that really happens. You know, so it's hard to make some people that don't believe that or that never had an opportunity to build a relationship with a black man or with a black family. They're not going to understand it because they never seen it. So
yeah. Yeah. Ignorance. Yeah.
Kerry, what were you saying about the Black Lives Matter earlier? Like how we started behind them. You were saying it earlier.
How we start behind them?
Yeah, how they say like in the race, they talk about like all lives matter or whatever. But you know we was talking about earlier.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nah. So we were talking about like I guess a lot of times when we talk about this conversation, when this topic comes up, you know, you get a lot of rebuttals, right? So you get the rebuttals that's to where people will say things like, what about the low-income white community? You know, they get treated poorly as well. What about, you know, the Mexicans? What about whoever else, you know? And a lot of times what happens is I think, you know, people forget we're the only race that was really enslaved. Like, we the only, like, real slaves that, you know what I'm saying, you could trace back in history, like, you know what I'm saying, just legit slaves. Like, they brought us here to build this country. So there's a lot of systematic things that are in place that still, like, you know, like we say, we're trying to change those things. We want to see reform. You know what I'm saying? The 13th Amendment is really slavery still. Like, it is us putting us behind bars, you feel me, and taking our rights away and making us slaves in that way. And when we're talking about, you know, just the way we're trying to talk about Black Lives Matter, bro, it's really more so about building equity versus equality, bro. Like, it's like us trying to get to whereas we can get on the level where we can say, okay, now we're good. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, and I'm not saying that's even possible or not, or we just want the awareness though. The communication is what we for. And yes, we are going to say Black Lives Matter. We're going to say, and not necessarily about the movement per se, because I believe that's a nonprofit movement and that might be for money. I don't know what's going on with that all the way around, so I don't really endorse that as much, but I do endorse our in our community. I think, you know, building us up every chance we get. Bro, I got this thing, bro. Every time I see a black man I don't know, I call him God, bro. If I see a black woman I don't know, I call her goddess or queen, bro. Like, I'm going to build up my people no matter what, like, first. Like, I got to, just so you know, don't bring yourself back down. This is the time to do it. Like, it's the time right now. And I think that's what it's all about for our community right now, just taking advantage of continuing to push the message out. This is what's happening. Like, I know you don't know, but hey, let's sit down and let's talk about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hear me out. Like, don't necessarily just shut me off because you're like, well, you're not taking everything into account. It's like, well, I don't feel like you're taking everything into account. So let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about it instead of like us both shutting each other out. Like, let's really break this down. So that's what I was kind of more so talking about, Jay Jones, like building that we want to build this towards this equity versus equality. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we trying to get back, you know what I'm saying? Make this towards it. And now it can make sense for us. I'm not necessarily for reparations per se, personally, because I don't think money is necessarily going to fix all that.
Jerell got an opinion about that. We'll let him talk about
it. I have a lot with but I guess but I just start with when it comes to I guess this topic. I always tell people, like, for one, man, it's solution based. All right, it's 2020, man.
Yeah.
And all honesty, it's just like this. We constantly know everything that's been going on. You know, we can go down from our great-grandparents to our grandparents to our mamas, everybody, even males, when you talk through stuff that constantly and consistently happen. 2020, and they're still born for some completely, they started saying they was born because of a need, but then that completely transitioned to where, in our actuality, that's not lied to ourselves. We know what is being booed, and we know why it's being booed. If it wasn't about, and I'm going to say black, how you just stated, Kerry, without the Black Lives Matter, I understand that's his own movement, but I'm talking about just black, the blackness, and honestly using the word black or saying anything when it comes to black is almost, it's just a basically the same way we said the communication and how you automatically give a reaction when we see the police or how the police reaction when they see us. It's the same way when the world sees black. So anytime people see that, it's just like a black cat. You almost want to think of the negative, the stereotype automatically, instantly. See, it's the same when cancer. If it's breast cancer month in October and we're promoting breast cancer, ain't nobody going to step up and say, hey, what about colon cancer? You know, we going to promote cancer. Yeah. If we talking about, hey, protect the dolphins, let's say the sea, ain't nobody going to come and say, nah, y'all talking about dolphins, what about the whales? Right. If we specifically say the black dolphins, maybe they going to say, well, nah, what about but that's how it is. And so when I go back to communication, I say solution-based, it's like this. We got to commune with each other.
Yeah.
Hey, man, let's stop lying to each other. We know what's up with the NFL, and we know what's up with the games and the sports leagues. And all honesty, if they would have asked me before that game what was going to happen, even with them still standing locked arms, I've been like, shoot, they probably still going to boo. Yeah. In all honesty, this 2020, me saying anything otherwise is only me trying to lie to myself, how we always been doing, trying to convince ourselves some way, somehow, that the world looks it up objective, and they don't. So the same way how you say with equity and equality, I mean, yeah, you get equality with equity, you know what I'm saying? And basically what I'm saying with equity is stuff general with wealth, with other stuff that we have to communicate and come and amass with each other. Then we come to the table and say, okay. And then I look at it like this. Don't nobody respect the person begging. Don't nobody respect the person who, I mean, basically bent over and laying down saying, hey, do whatever to me because I'm not going to try to do anything back. It's like, now people only respect the people who are going to stand. And that's human nature. And that's what we got to understand. Until we stand on our own feet and say, hey, we're not going to get pushed over. Yeah, it's going to be a problem in a major pushback, but we got to keep pushing back.
And I'm thinking about what you're saying about nobody respects the beggar. I was reading this quote, man, and it say, you know, most times you cannot change what you are not insulted by. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it doesn't insult you, it doesn't make you like feel like, man, like you ain't gonna change it. You ain't gonna change it. Like you gonna just chill on it because it ain't really. But once somebody insults you, it's like, what, now you really digging into it. Like, man, am I really racist? I'm not racist. I got this. I got this. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, now we can talk.
That's why you got to have those uncomfortable conversations with people. You know, like we talked about the other day. I feel like us as black men, if something is said that's out of line that I think I should speak up on, I'm gonna have the conversation with that person. Yeah. Just so they know, like, hey, that was wrong. Or hey, you feel that way, but somebody else might feel this way. You know, it's that uncomfortable conversation, but just to have that conversation might spark something in that person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like I told you, I try to have those conversations.
I done been there for those conversations with Jerm. I done been there for those. I done been there for that's why he said, just like we talked about, like, yeah, I've been there because Jerm will get right in between the middle of it. It's just like now something got to be said. Like,
what type of conversations was it, Kerry? Was it like, was he calm with it?
Jaren got one way he coming with it, man.
Passionate.
Yeah, he coming just like straight at it. So But that's respect though, and like that's how people change things, man. Like things change by rift. You know what I'm saying? Is some adverse situation that's created through the conversation or through the situation that's like, man, this needs to change. And this is something that we feel. We feel this in our bones, bro. Literally, it's in our blood. Like we have to change this. We have to change this. So whatever needs to go down and get that change, it needs to happen and quick. So
we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I mean, I feel like when we were protesting and starting off, I mean, I was proud. I ain't gonna lie. Cause like Trail said, I feel like a lot of times we just sat back and took it, and they were just like, they ain't gonna never unify. They ain't gonna never unify. We can do whatever we want to that community. So it's like, I mean, if we got to protest, if that's what we got to do to make noise, let's do it. I mean, I called you when I was out there, Kerry. I was out there in Dallas, man. I had to go to one because it was like, I can't just watch everybody else, go be about it. I can't just talk about it and be like, good job. I was like, man, I'm trying to get out there with them. Yeah. So I'm the type of person, like Cheryl said, I'm not with that just taking it. I just about to keep doing the same thing over and over and over. We beg, hey, can y'all please stop? We trying to be nice. Yeah, please stop. We're trying to be nice. It's like, hey.
Right. All right.
And see, Jerell, and just to add to that, just like and I commend you even with the protest, because I'm gonna even add this out here too, because this is something that we do, because I didn't go protest personally out there. One thing that we do in our community a lot of times is separatism on all fronts. We always separatism. So some people be like, oh, well, I went and protest. You didn't do nothing. So the same way with you saying, hey, what we need to do, hey, we have to attack on all fronts. If you a person and that's your position where you plan to protest, hey, that's you. That's what you do. If you a person who working on the back end, who really got money helping getting protesters out of jail, that's what you do. If you the one who's working in the youth and your position, that's where we all have to understand that everybody has a position and you play your part. We all trying to get to the same goal, no matter how we getting there, So if basically we have to understand that and respect it. So I respect everybody who went and protest, even if I did or if I didn't. And I respect the people who that's not their role. They not going to go protest, but they the ones who they at the desk right now getting paperwork together because they trying to build businesses and they trying to start nonprofits and stuff to help those people who out there protesting and what we all fighting for. And that's the biggest thing also too when it comes to that. And that's just our communication. That's our communication amongst each other. Right. And even when I think about the protests and talking to other people, that's why I jump to the basically we gotta attack and do everything. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's the money, it's the wealth. Either those the two ways we have to attack, and those the two ways we only gonna get a real reaction. Is when you withhold money to where they lose out on money, and to where we get in position and amass and put our money together strategically and organize, and actually have plans together in place to what we're going to do with the money, have goals and things set, not just 50 years, 20 years, 100 years, 200 years. And that was, I'm not sure if y'all familiar with, I'm going to use example, Dr. Boyce Watkins, a great financier, Dr. Boyce Watkins, basically a financial professor. And he basically, I took one of the courses and it talks of the first course of the class. It talked about what are you going to leave, what goal or objective that you plan on leaving your family that's going to last generation for the next 100 or 200 years. And I was like, man, I never even fathomed thinking about specifically 100 or 200 years plus. And it's like, that's the type of mindset that we have to be thinking. What are we doing right now that's laying the groundwork that's going to help leave their foundation behind years from now?
Montrell, I love that you said that, dog, because like you're right. Like it's like we got to think a little more forward. And the average life expectancy of us is like 45, bro. Like we got to be able to create that within that time period. So it's like time is ticking for us that think we got forever to do this stuff. It's like if you got an idea and you think that it could create capital for your family lineage, for your bloodline, you got to get that going so that they can be able to carry that on when you're gone. And man, that's critical. And also, I want to add a different angle to that is the destruction of the family unit within our community, bro. Like all these broken families we got, man. It's just like we don't have, full families. It's like how are you gonna leave something to nothing? You know what I'm saying? You got broken up this, you got step this, gone, this person ain't missing. How you gonna trace where the money supposed to go and who's supposed to be in charge? So it's like we gotta cultivate that, all those pieces and think more of what the end game. You know what I'm saying? That long game thinking, man. We gotta continue to try to cultivate that within our community because that is the biggest need area we have right now. We don't have long nothing. We don't have old money. You know what I'm saying? We got new money and we run up on new money and spend it all and go right back to the same spot. It's just like this, like a little meter. And then we got other communities we up against that they money sitting up here and they can play with their money because they on a different we don't have that right now. We got to create that. So I think
I was about to say, when we spend our new money, we spend it in those communities. That's the worst part.
Yep.
We get this new money and we go straight to the other communities and make them richer. It's like, I don't know.
Trell, can you talk about like what we talked about on the phone before about reparations, like where you think that money would go? Because it's not going to be like, oh, every black person in America going to get one of those. You know what I'm saying? Going to get money from back then. So Trell had a very interesting point on that.
So but even to throw in the reparations, I had to kind of make a change even with my stance on it, only because I had to look at, we co-op ourselves with a lot of stuff all the time. So it's just like, even with the NFL and even with the reparations. So it's just like this stimulus check, for example. A lot of times I can be on the outside looking in and be like, man, when we look at our people on the whole, what y'all gonna do with y'all money? Nothing. That's how we think and that's how we feel. And then once we got the checks, a lot of money when you ask is money that's just gone. So at times it make me assume, okay, when we get our reparations and things, reparations isn't gonna just be money. That's why I had to just stop thinking about it. It isn't gonna just be, oh, you're gonna get a check. And I was thinking of it from a small mindset, kind of from that point of us getting a check and then people blowing their money, but it's going to be much bigger than that, because if we're going to get reparations, it's going to be systemic things such as, small businesses such and such guaranteed getting a loan 100%. Like if you it's certain other stuff that's specifically going to be in the reparation conversation that is going to help propel us forward. And the reason why I say we can't co-op our own stuff is because while I was talking negative and trying to say something about reparations or what hold on, all right. So what I was saying, I'm sorry, I got messed up.
Are we talking down on reparations?
Yeah, so reason why I use the example as to we co-op ourselves, it don't do any good talking down about reparations, in my opinion, saying what we would do with the money, because every other people has already got the opportunity to get it and do it, so to say. So with that being said, I can't cut ourselves short and cut our legs off already before we even get the opportunity. So even with that being said, that's why I say I don't take the stance as to not getting reparations. I definitely believe we should get reparations, but I definitely believe it's just not going to be cash value. So it's just not going to be money blown. But however, if we're going to get reparations, we have to have systems in place to where we have to have organized for real. Hey, this is where the money's going. Like I say, that's what we're trying with our nonprofits and things that we're trying to build. People have to get to the community to where, okay, well, this is where reparations going. If we get this amount, this is what we're trying to build and what we're trying to do. And that's kind of like how the stance that I look at it and I take on it now. But the reparations is still a whole lot more research and a lot more study, because me personally, reparations is cool, but at the end of the day, I'm going to take that handout because I just do. But at the end of the day, hey, man, if we don't get reparations, it don't matter, because I'm trying to build a program that we going to give y'all reparations. So, but that's the mindset that we have to go. Like, I'm not going to co-op it and say, forget it. But at the end of the day, if we don't bank on it. Hey, we going to get it regardless. So that's how we got to look at it.
Let me tell you, I definitely wasn't saying that you thought negative about it. That last part.
No, I'm saying me personally, because I said it. I recently said it. And I had the conversation about it, and I said something negative about it. And I was because I had the conversation with Mike, and I said, like, man, what would we do? I'm mad, like, man, we didn't do nothing with the stimulus, man. What would we do with their reparations, saying that? But I was like, man, I have to think forward. Like, it's some people smarter than me. Like, I can say whatever we gonna do with reparations. Some people who got a plan to where they gonna generate us our money with their reparations.
Yeah.
We don't know. it's something in that reparations package that's gonna help some young kid launch his stuff that's gonna help all of us, and that's gonna be a game changer. So at the end of the day, we definitely need it. But if we don't get it, we gonna build that stuff.
Right.
And that's the conversation we had. It was just that, like you said, that we would need to be prepared for this money to come in and pick and choose where this money goes. Not just that, it's just, just randomly, like that we need to get people in place that can say, oh, we think that money should go towards this or go towards that, not just like a random check. You know what I'm saying? But that's what you said when we were talking about it. So I really thought that was, that was forward thinking for sure. When
y'all talking about getting people in place, y'all talking about an office like voting and everything?
No, not getting us in place. I mean, it's the money. You know what I'm saying? So it's getting we can vote because it's all a game though. It's all gonna play its part. Because even if we gonna have to play the political game, we have to do, and I'm calling it a political game, but y'all understand, we have to play all sides of the field. So we're not only just gonna tackle this and not forget about politics, because that's how they're gonna undercut us. But in our actuality, the only way for politics to work is the money, is the wealth, and that's what we don't understand. We truly believe only voting here and there is going to get us that. And it's like, now it's voting and coming with the bag on the back end. It's voting and saying, hey, we can provide this, and this also. But that's where it comes with the strategic organization that we have to have in coming to politicians and political people that we're trying to get to do things around our city and stuff.
All this is built off of strategy, bro. It's all structured off of strategy. So, if like you said, if reparations was to come in a money form, it's like we have to have a strategy in place and how we're going to have that money distributed and what we're going to be doing with that money, because you supposed to, Jay Jones, we talk about all the time, you supposed to make money work.
Make that money work.
Make that money work.
Yeah, it's that cash flow.
Yeah, you got to make that cash flow.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's all that money doing its thing over there. And if we don't have those plans in place, then that's not going to happen. That money will get spent. It will just get spent. And then now we looking like, man, we were supposed to have all this. So, and also I like that you said about we don't necessarily need it. We ain't waiting on it. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, we need to create our own to hedge ourselves and submit ourselves in a position, and then the money come on top, then it's an addition.
Yeah.
Now we
it's icing on the cake. It's icing on the cake if we get it. The cake already baked. We just need the look.
That's it. The cake is baked, baby. The cake baked.
Y'all putting icing on it. Y'all putting icing on it. It's gonna make it taste better.
Yeah, that's all we're gonna do, man. We don't need a government aid of any sort, like a new, and I think that's something we got to get out of our minds. We ain't promoting that to none of our family members. Get that joint out of everybody's mindset, because that's how we used to think. Like, we off that, bro. Like, we not finna be dependent on nothing.
I completely understand what you're saying, Kerry. But like, I know some people just know, like Japanese Americans, they were put in concentration camps whenever Pearl Harbor happened and stuff, and America paid them. They got reparations for that. And something else. Oh, Native Americans, they got their own land. All that kind of stuff.
Jewish
so it's like,
out there too, and
so it's like, all these people got this and that for wrongdoing done to their people, but the people that's been done wrong for the longest, it's like, okay, whatever, we just forget about them. We took care of everybody else. So some people got that strong feeling about it, like, oh, y'all took care of them, they take care of us too. But like you said, we don't need to be dependent on it, because we can do that ourselves. I completely 100% agree with it.
Right. It'll take too much energy to worry about, bro. It's just too much energy to worry about what they got going on, bro. We got so much energy, then let's cultivate us. Like, let's build us to the point where it's like, now we ready. You know what I'm saying? Now you bring it in, and now we can grow. Like, we growing now. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not give too much energy into stuff that we can't really, the money gonna move there, bro. Like, the money is going to move there. Like Montrell said, once the money get put up, then now we're gonna start seeing moves be made. Like, once we in the right spots, now we'll start seeing that stuff. And that's how I feel about that. That's my personal opinion. But man, we've been on this thing for a little bit, man. Me and Jay Jones, this has been a great converssome Jay Jones had just said. We had just said it was gonna be a good one, bro. Like, it's been solid, man. Y'all some stand-up dudes, very articulate, and I appreciate y'all, man, for real.
Oh man, we definitely appreciate y'all for having us on, man. Hey, this just
Harris boy.
Y'all say y'all 18 episodes in.
Yeah, this 18.
Yeah.
18 here. Yeah. So
Look, next we're gonna be looking at 1,018, talking about like, man, do y'all remember this? We hadn't get 20 yet.
God willing, we're gonna have y'all back, bro. We're gonna have y'all back too, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, this is a blessing for everybody, bro. We always love doing them because we always learn good stuff, and I learned a ton on this one for sure. And hopefully everybody else that's tuning in always gets good information as well. But you know, I want y'all to drop y'all IGs real quick, and then Jay Jones got something for y'all too.
I forgot about that. I definitely do.
Yeah, but let them drop their IGs real quick though. Their IG, Twitter's, website, all that. So drop all that. So whoever want to go first.
I just got one thing is limited soul. You know what I'm saying? Limited regular spelling soul. That's it all together. That's it. It's just nothing but shoes. But like I said, it's gonna grow. And I want to say I want to thank y'all for inviting us to come join this because I definitely appreciate and I like what y'all doing, man. It's amazing. It's great. Keep it up, man. And I'm here for you for sure.
I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that.
Yeah, just to hit out just what he said, you know. But follow me at Montrell Harris. It's just my name at all social media platforms, and y'all can pull up Boxzilla at Boxzilla also on Instagram. But like I say, man, it's been a pleasure, brother, building with y'all, man. Looking forward to even doing more. Appreciate this, man, and appreciate the platform even to get to speak to y'all, man. And hey, man, y'all doing y'all thing, so keep up.
But yeah, one more question for both of y'all. It's important. This you gotta give people the game. We always ask people before they leave what's on the playlist. Jeremy, you go first. What's on your playlist these days, man? What you be listening to?
Playlist. Man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I haven't been listening to nothing new really.
Whatever you're listening to, whatever it could be old. We got people listening to Crit, Jay-Z, whatever. What you listening to?
I love some Isaiah Rashad, man. I can bump him. I wasn't a fan at first. Somebody put me on. I really listened. Hey, he spits, man. I like him.
Okay.
What else, man? What else am I listening to, man? Y'all been put me on blast, man.
Hey, that's what I like.
Hey, bro, keep it real,
Hey, Isaiah, the first one that popped in my head, man.
Okay.
That's my go-to, man. That's really my go-to. I do love some old Young Thug for sure. Cause that flow shit, and you know I like that hype music, so I be, you know what I'm saying? Even though Isaiah Rashad not really that, but still.
I'm about to say I'm about to download. I'm going right now to download, so I'm gonna get you. This is why we do it. I always download what everybody say. So,
hey,
Montrell, what you listening to right now?
Man, instrumentals.
Let your old thought bleed on that thing. Let your old thought.
As of lately, man, but that's definitely how it's been, man. I've been listening to a lot of instruments. For some reason, it's been like, I guess Future type beats. It was a lot of them been Future. For some Future, Gunna, and Young Thug. They've been having them type beats, and also like a Roddy Rich and Gunna type beats. For some, like the past 2 weeks, it's just been beats, man.
Bro,
but hey, I'm no rapper.
You freestyling? You freestyling?
Not at all.
You know what? Just for my trail, man. Just for my trail, I'm gonna have to put one of the cut ups with a Young Thug or a Gunna beat, bro. You know I do that, boy. I be on them instrumentals, so like,
hey, he really be on them.
I be on them, so you know what I'm saying? It's a sign, bro. It's a sign. But man, peace to y'all, brother. I appreciate y'all again. Jay Jones, always right hand. He be grinding with me, man. It'd be different, bro. It'd be different, but we in it for the long haul, brother. All right. Y'all be blessed. Hey, we out.
All right.
Peace. Thank you.